being oxidized and who's being reduced inside of an equation, the very first thing you need to do is assign oxidation numbers to every element. So lithium is a group 1. When he's paired with somebody else, he's going to give away an electron. The chlorine is accepting that electron, so 1 plus, 1 minus. Neutral elements by themselves have no charge. Okay, group 1, and then again, neutral element with no charge. So assigning oxidation numbers should be relatively fast. The next thing you do is create tie lines, and tie lines connect the things that are changing. So if we notice, lithium is going from 1 plus to 0, so I'm going to do a tie line connecting those two. And then chlorine is not changing, so I'm going to ignore chlorine. Potassium, however, is changing, so I'm going to connect those. Now I need to figure out in what way are these things changing. Well, the lithium is becoming more, oh, it's going from a 1 plus to a 0. So what that tells me is it's becoming more negative. And the only way you become more negative is by gaining electrons. And then over here, looking at the potassium, he goes from 0 to 1 plus. He's becoming more positive, which means he's losing electrons. All right. And now the last step is to interpret what you just saw. So this tells me that LiCl is gaining electrons. Therefore, I say LiCl is reduced. And then K is losing electrons. So I say that K is oxidized. Just like that. All right, coming down here, same idea. Start by giving your oxidation numbers out. So neutral elements like this in pairs, no charge. The H, when he's paired with a nonmetal, is a 1 plus. The Cl is a 1 minus. Okay, connect the things that are changing. Hydrogen's changing. Chlorine is changing. Now, in what ways are they changing? Well, the hydrogen's becoming more positive. So that means if you become more plus, that means he's losing electrons. The chlorine is becoming more negative, and as a result, is gaining electrons. So the breakdown on this would be H2, since he's losing electrons, is oxidized, and the Cl2, because he's gaining electrons, he's being reduced. Now remember, in every equation, if somebody's being oxidized, somebody else has to be reduced.